Hey everybody, Peter Parks here, coming to you from gorgeous, beautiful Bali, Indonesia. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you have balance? And do you know what balance actually is? You see, the reason why I'm asking is I've just finished one of my most highest level masterminds, very intensive, very in-depth mastermind that I've ever facilitated in my entire life since I've been doing masterminds over the last literally 7 years now, 8 years that I've been doing these. The entrepreneurs in this group, and I shouldn't even say this in a disrespectful manner, but the eclectic group that I have here, the lowest entrepreneur in income that they were generating has been $20 million. Now, that's just to give you the scope of the lowest level entrepreneur that attended this Bali mastermind. The highest level entrepreneur that I had in this mastermind that we just concluded today, they're doing roughly around $78 million a year in their business. They are going on to exit a 9-figure business. That's what they're working towards. And the direct value that they got out of this mastermind, even though they're doing $78 million, is actually $78.35 million that they're generating in their business, and they've been doing that for the last 2 years straight. So you have to forgive me here, I have a little bit of a cold still. You have to understand something. That is a tremendous, tremendous feat. Like I say, they're going on. They want to do a 9-figure exit, and they're going to do it. But the direct executional knowledge and the relationship that they've built here, even they got tremendous value out of this mastermind. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the cost was to get into this highest level mastermind that I have, but I'll tell you this much. It's well over $75,000. I only hold these masterminds once a year, and I don't really publish them on social media. I don't talk about them because at this particular level, you don't need to. I don't need to. Because these guys and a couple girls that are in this group, they're just serious nut busters. They get on with it. They are literally at the highest executional level. But what some of them were lacking is balance and harmony in their lives. There's no sense making so much money and always worrying about, not so much worrying about money, but there's no sense making all this money if you don't have balance in your life. If you don't have what I'm now gaining, and I've been trying to gain for the last year and a half, is peace and tranquility and balance. The reason why I held this mastermind in Bali is because a lot of my clients told me that Bali is a very mystical place. It's a very harmonious place. I've talked to other people that have come here, and it's been a very healing environment for them. They've gone and they've left Bali, and they have never experienced any other sensation that they received at Bali anywhere else in the world. So I decided to take the plunge to come back here because I was here probably about 15 years ago, and I'm telling you right now, 15 years is a long time when you go to a country and you haven't been to that country. So when I came back here, trust me, it was a super long flight. But when I landed, I felt the energy, I felt the vibe. It was super positive. And now that I've been here, I'm just like soaking it all in. I've got balance. That's why I asked the original question, do you have balance in your life? Do you want balance in your life? This is something that I've been striving for, and I'm going to be staying in Bali for a little bit after this mastermind, like I do with all my masterminds, because I just want to reflect. I want to be very humbled, very blessed. I'm going to pray for the lifestyle that I've been able to achieve, but not just so for myself. The lifestyle that I've been able to achieve for other entrepreneurs that have gone to my masterminds and have actually taken action. I'm not going to sit here and try to sugarcoat things for you. There have been probably, of all the masterminds that I've put on literally over the last 8 years, I'll tell you right now, there's probably been about 6 or 7 people in total that They've gone to the events, they've got the same executional information, they've got the same contacts that everybody else has received. And for one reason or another, they just never executed. What they did do is they placed blame, they made excuses, they let life get in the way. Their catfish died, their goldfish died, their puppy got sick, they're watching Oprah, and these are high-level entrepreneurs, but they still got trapped in that same dirty environment and that same dirty mindset of just making excuses rather than putting the pedal to the metal and just executing. You see, this is what it's all about. It's about execution. If you want to take your business and you want to grow your business, you want to go from $5 million to $15 million a year in your business, the end game is execution. You don't need more traffic to your site. You need conversion, but you need to execute on that conversion. Okay? You want to take your business from 15 million to 25 to 30 million? Guess what? It's about execution. You don't need strategic joint venture partners. You need strategic joint venture partners that execute on the highest level possible, and they execute month in and month out, because that's going to be a compounded event for you. So that's going to take you from 15 to 25 to 30 million dollars. It's about execution. Do you hustle? Do you grind? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with hustling and grinding, but let me tell you something about hustling and grinding. I see well over 90% of entrepreneurs still hustling, still grinding, and they still haven't broken $1 million, or they're barely breaking $1 million because they're hustling, they're grinding, they have limiting beliefs. So what I want to share with you is, you don't need to hustle, you don't need to grind, you don't need to do any of that stuff. When I read all that stuff on social media, I feel sorry for those people that are entrepreneurs that are posting, I'm hustling every day, I'm hustling 14-hour days, I'm grinding 34 hours, I'm doing this, I haven't slept in 3 days. You know what? Guess what? Guess what I'm doing? Guess what I have been doing since 2011? Do you think it's hustling and grinding? It's about execution. It's about smart execution. This is what you want to do with your lifestyle. Now, I know you're probably thinking, yeah, but it's easy for you, Peter. Yeah, you've been doing this a long time. Yeah, you got all sorts of traffic. Yeah, you know, you're the big CPA king, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Hey, you know what? Anybody can do it. Everybody, and I'm talking about literally everybody that I know that was where I was back in 2007, 2008, and they didn't get it, they're still hustling and they're still grinding. Wait, why? It's not complicated. A business model is not complicated. You pick the highest level business model that gives you the highest level profit margins with the best customers, and you look after your customers and your clients, and you roll that into a back end of high level products and services. You're going to increase your transactional value. You're going to increase the overall transactional lifetime value of your customers. You're going to do a lot of things. You're going to compound your effects, right, with your assets. So if you want to know how to go from 1 million to 10 million, I've just revealed to you how to do it. You don't need to create multiple products and services on the front end. I see so many entrepreneurs that are teaching this now, and it's so funny. That was way back in 2008, 2009, 2010. Sure, it works, but why do you want to go through all the effort of creating multiple products like every 3 or 4 months? Or you want to create a product a month and use that as a tripwire, and you want to drive traffic to it, and then you want to get that list, and then you want to build out another one, then you want to hold all these webinars and automated webinars, and you want to do all this nonsense, because at the end of the day, it's all nonsense. This mastermind group that I just put on, that I just finished, these guys, I'm telling you, $20 million at the lowest end and $70 million plus on the top end. Do you know what they're doing? They're not doing automated webinars every week, or 3 automated webinars a day, or 4 automated webinars. They're not doing all these multiple products on the front end and driving tripwires to all these multiple products. They're not doing any of that stuff. You want to know what they're doing? I've just explained to you what they're doing. And they're doing it at the highest level because they're doing it on executional phases. So if you want to watch this video again, and you want to go through everything that I've just talked about, and you want to understand what it really means to take your business from, let's say you're doing $1 million a year, you want to do $1 million a month, you want to do $5 million a month, I've just kind of explained to you exactly how it's done. You don't need all these products and services. You don't need all these tripwires. You don't need all these automated webinars. You don't need all these multiple membership sites and all this nonsense. It's smoke. It's mirrors. Are you going to be doing that when you're 70 years old? Are you going to be doing that when you're 50 years old, or 40, or 35? Or do you want to have balance? It's up to you. I mean, this is the first video I've cut in a very long time. And as you see, I'm not being hypey about it. I've got clarity. I've been searching for clarity for literally the last year and a half. I've dissolved some partnerships that I've had for years because they just weren't in alignment with what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And it broke my heart. But guess what? I'm thriving, and I always will thrive. And I wish nothing but the best for the people that I've done business with that I no longer do business with. I want them to thrive as well. Alignment is, at the end of the day, you've got to be happy. You've got to be in a place of clarity. You've got to have balance with what you're doing. And if you're partnered up with somebody that doesn't have the same alignment as you, is not in the same moment as you, doesn't have the same energy as you, doesn't have the balance, that's going to end in a very ugly relationship. So rather than it ending in an ugly relationship, you've got to break the ties gently and move on with life. Sure, some of the people that I've dissolved relationships with, business relationships with, if they ever get to that point of balance again and they have clarity and they know exactly where they want to go and they really want to thrive, I have no problems. I have no problems coming back into the fold and doing business with them. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur. I've always been a lifestyle entrepreneur. And to me, it's not about the grind. It's not about the hustle. Because you can build a 9-figure business, which, by the way, I've done, and you can exit a 9-figure business in a lifestyle type of a business. And you can go down the other road, like all these other entrepreneurs are doing, building brands and building multiple products and building multiple tripwires and building multiple automated webinars and building on all this nonsense. And for what? They don't sleep for 2 days, 3 days in a row? Hey, been there, done that. Never do it again. It's about balance. It's about tranquility. So listen, that being said, I'm going to start coming out with a little bit more content for you guys. I really wish that you take what I'm sharing with you right now in a positive light. I'm not knocking anybody for grinding or hustling. There's a higher way to do things. There's a higher level to do things. It's about execution, okay? Understand, everything you do is about execution. You have to have a strategic vision and you have to have strategic execution. This is why I have a brand called Strategic Mentoring, because this is what I do. This is what I help entrepreneurs do that actually want to listen. So if you want to listen, you want to join the fold, you want to grow your business, you want in incremental fashion, it's about execution. It's about being strategic and having a vision and having balance, okay? So that being said, my name is Peter Parks, coming to you from gorgeous, beautiful Bali, Indonesia. I'm going to be here for a little bit. I want to relax, I want to chill out, I want to reconnect with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country, and I'll be sharing some content with you. So I'll be in Asia for a little bit, and that being said, I want to see you in the profit zone. Take care, everybody.